Hello there. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the stream. My name is Paige. On Wednesdays, you can call me Dungeon Mom because I have the privilege and honor of DMing my closest friends and family on our normally weekly Dungeons and Dragons campaign that we like to call Don't Split the Party.
Don't split the party. I think we should harmonize next time. I'll do it. Don't worry, okay?
Yeah. And before I introduce my friends and family, I want to thank those who did resubscribe me before I went live. So, Sarah, thank you for the tier 3 sub for 21 months. And thank you, Victoria, for your tier 1 sub. That's all I have. Oh, no, I have Kayleen. Thank you for your tier 1 sub. Oh, and Plimp, thank you for your tier 1 sub. Thank you, guys. Hello, appreciate you. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for supporting the stream. It means a lot. Yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said you all get demoted. Check yourselves. I meant it. Did I make Emlu a mod, though? I don't know.
You didn't. You didn't promote her.
How do you know? Is she in the chat?
Actually, never mind then. Maybe
we'll check. I'll have Emlu check. I'm a mod.
She's not here
I'm
yet.
a mod.
You're right.
I can't trust
Paige
none of y'all.
Unmodded all of us?
I'm a woman of my goddamn word. No, I'm a mod. Kayleen?
I'm still a mod.
I think Kayleen's still a mod too, actually.
I will say, with losing mod status, I no longer do raid messages.
Kayleen says she's under view and not mod thing.
Okay, I will mod you, Sarah.
Wait, can you mod me too?
You can unmod
Sarah,
me.
what have you done? What have you done to be a mod?
I am the oldest sister in this family.
Try now,
Give
Sarah.
me my mod status.
Yeah, I'm mod again.
Yeah.
No, I'm still moderator.
Yeah,
Anyway, speaking of my friends and family, some of which are mods again, we've got anarchy. Let me introduce my friends and family. First up, we've got newly recrowned mod. It's Sarah, who plays our monk Brick. Hey, Sarah.
Hi, Paige. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah. I'm a mod here, but I also play the monk named Brick. Fun fact about Paige. Paige broke out of jail in the late 60s by digging through a pipeline and then living in Mexico for about 15 years, rebuilding a boat.
Sorry.
And she made friends with a beautiful, old, wise black man.
Frickin' Freeman. It's the Shawshank Redemption. I love it. Thank you, Sarah. Next up, we've got Matt, who plays our druid, Kieran. Hey, Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. I play our druid, Kieran, and I've known Paige for almost 12 years. Watch out, it's coming. And fun fact about Paige. Paige, as we know, is a creator of many things, as we have listed so many of them over the course of our time here. But one thing that Paige invented that I think everyone's really grateful for is nipple clamps.
You gotta hold on to them. Any means necessary. Thank you. Next up, sorry, I think I had a quick blip in the stream, but I think it's back. Next up, we've got Victoria, who plays our wizard Bira. Hey, Victoria.
Hi, Paige. I'm Victoria. I play our wizard Bira. Fun fact about Paige. Paige's exoskeleton is actually antimicrobial, which is why she never gets sick. And you too, if you touch her, will be cleansed. There's some religious stuff in there that we really haven't delved deep into yet, but you can sneeze right in Paige's face. Nothing.
It's a touch funnier considering I'm a week and a half out from COVID. So.
And I was constantly coughing in her face.
The lore has been broken. But thank you, Victoria. Next up, we have Kelly, who plays our bard Phineas. Hey, Kelly.
Oh, hi, I'm Kelly, and I play Phineas, the bard of du jour. I've known Paige for 30 plus years. Fun fact about Paige. She is actually the master of her own domain. Anyone?
Domain of Sin.
No, no one knows Seinfeld. Anyone?
No, I've never watched it.
Oh, okay.
When we're talking D&D, domains are bigger concepts. Domain of dread, domain of sin, those kinds of things.
Okay, well, I was referring to a Seinfeld reference, but never mind.
Take your Frodo, It's Always Sunny out of here.
Okay.
Hey,
Paige-
lady, get out of here.
lady.
Thank you, though, Kelly.
You're
Next
welcome.
up, we've got Kayleen, who plays our sorcerer, Miss Standard. Hey, Kayleen.
Hi, I'm Keely, and I play our sorcerer, Miss Dandria. I've known Paige about 11 years at this point, and a fun fact about Paige is that she is a highly advanced machine race of synthetic organic starships, which reside in dark space. Her presence here can mean only one thing: the end times are here for humanity. Sorry, guys.
Buckle up or don't. Doesn't matter what you do. It's coming. I'm a-coming. Thank you, Kayleen.
No, you're the master of your own domain. You can't come.
My domain is sin, though. Next up, we've got Colin, who plays our paladin, Glint. Hey, Colin.
Hi, I'm Colin. I play a paladin named Glint. And fun fact about Paige. So you've heard a little bit about her exoskeleton and how she's, a synthetic starship organism. She's actually also the last of her race. So, that whole can't come thing and master of her own domain, it really does take on a couple of extra dimensions.
Yeah, I'm all alone. Can't relate to nobody, genetically or emotionally. Sarah does not exist. Sarah literally just disappears from frame.
Sarah's one of your appendages that
Right.
you use to simulate.
That's right.
Having others around.
Is it like lizards?
Disappearing meme.
Could be. It could be like lizards.
You cut off your hand to another Sarah or another Paige grew. We call her Sarah.
Yeah, we're Hydra. We're Hydra incarnate. Sorry. Sarah, come on, say the phrase. Say our phrase.
Hail, Hydra.
Hydra.
Hail, Hydra.
Okay.
You said not to do that unless we were completely alone.
That's right. I did say that. You're absolutely right. I'm sorry. Next up, we've got Wesley, who plays our barbarian Buttons. Hello, Wesley.
Hey, it's me, Wesley, on Wednesdays. Call me Buttons.
Hey.
Known Paige for, coming up on 12 years now as well. See? We're coming. Fun fact, Paige is an oil man, and she'll drink your milkshake. She'll drink it all up.
Your milkshake brings me to a yard, and I'll eat it up.
I love eating milkshakes.
The
My
thick
favorite
ones that
thing
you
to
gotta
eat.
You gotta
There
eat
you go.
them.
Bookended fun facts by movies. You got Shawshank and you got There Will Be Blood Now.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Before I let our last winner of Jam Inspiration, which is Wesley, give a recap, I do have some news for everybody. Many moons ago, I challenged the community to a community goal of getting group character art. And I gave you guys a deadline. I thought I made it a pretty hefty goal, and I could not vanquish you. You guys kicked my butt on that community goal. And I was hoping everyone would forget about it, and you did it. No, I was kidding. No, I went to work immediately and started looking through a couple different artists that we like. And the announcement is I do have new art to show off tonight. A little behind the scenes stuff. Maybe it's more sentimental, but I care to tell it now before I reveal it. The first campaign I ever got to DM was for a storyline, a written book called Curse of Strahd. Very gothic, vampires. It's the first thing I ever DM'd from start to finish, so it's a pretty important campaign for me. And we got character art gifted to us from Kelly in that campaign. And so in the process of picking an artist, I picked the same artist who did that group commission. So we have now 2 group commissions from the same artist. So let me show it off. 3, 2. Ta-da! Here is our group art. This is du jour, everybody. I'll zoom in for a second, but I want to show the full thing because we did get a custom background, and I'm very proud of it. Let me get the artist on Instagram so I can put it in the chat. But can you guys see it? Does anyone want to talk about like what we're looking at?
Yeah, that's du jour, and that's a stone arch, right? Or yeah, stone arch from
That's the newly
Semyon.
formed one.
Yeah.
That was the combat with the beholders and all that, basically, right?
Yeah, the Nexus.
Star
That's right.
Star Arch. Nexus.
Start.
I like that Brick has her magical tourniquet sleeves on to keep her from dying easily.
That's Rock Mom in the background too, right?
I mean,
It's just it's not a true rock mom.
I
But
love.
go ahead.
Okay.
I like Bira's little bracelet.
I do
Aw.
too.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we got the whole gang here. Look, I'll zoom into it now.
Glint is studly in this illustration. Like, look at that
Yeah.
fucking jawline.
I think of that with Mess though. Look at Mess.
I
like,
know.
Regal.
posture.
Look
Yeah.
Talk about
So good.
jawline.
He's
Talk
hot
about
as hell.
X, am I right, Kieran?
I got titties for days.
Oh yeah.
Double D's.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah, so that's the gang.
So good.
I love Finn's fancy little shin guards.
My little shin guard, go protect those fancy shins.
Plays a lot of soccer.
Mhm.
Here's the issue with group art. As soon as I get it, I'm like, I want more of it.
Not enough art.
So I put in the Etsy listing for the artist. She also has an Instagram, I think, that you can find through her Etsy, but that's where I quite literally made the order. So if you're interested in getting community art, I highly recommend. They are insanely talented, insanely quick, and obviously we absolutely love it. So shout out to them. It's Mariah Westman is also the artist's name. So kudos to them. I'm really excited. And thank you guys for contributing to the community goal that encouraged us to get this done. Because though we always talk about it, besides our initial character art, we haven't had commission stuff yet. So I'm really happy to have a piece of the whole gang together. It is beautiful.
Thank you for organizing it and doing all the work behind the scenes. We really appreciate it.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. I can't wait to see an epic version of the gang. Because like, even though this would just happen for us, like, it's designed after like your initial character concepts, so you know, like it's kind of like how you envision them from the start. So it'll be nice to see maybe like a later stage of du jour and what the differences are then, maybe.
When Brick
But
loses an arm.
I was literally
Who
just thinking
knows?
the same thing, Sarah.
Who knows?
So funny.
What, Brick loses an arm?
Yeah, I literally was like, when Brick
That's
loses a limb.
I think we're using what is that called?
Oh wait, don't you like get the perk like resistance to losing limbs at like level 15 though? So you should be fine.
Me?
Yeah.
Specifically me?
As like a monk? Yeah, right?
I don't think so.
I think that's a thing. Resistance to
That arm is gonna stick the fuck
decapitations.
around.
Yeah, it's the gecko feature where you
Yeah.
have just, like,
Amputation?
regrow.
I think you guys
Amputation,
are hearing Colin's lore of me being a dismembered part of Paige, and you're
We're running with it. It's yes,
Yeah.
and Sarah. Come on,
Yes.
improv.
Yes.
right.
We finally got
I don't know
improv
improv.
right.
It's actually a subsection of the I'm on it feat.
Mhm.
Oh,
That is true.
Resistance to
So
amputation.
you would have to take the feat.
I didn't take it this level up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep it small and on screen just so I can enjoy it.
That
Even
was
if
so
it's
cute.
tiny. So cute. Okay. But that was what I wanted to share. We've had it now for over a week, but with the before du jours and like the other streams, it didn't feel right to show everybody until we had the whole gang back together. So I'm excited to show it off. And with that, let's get into D&D. So Wesley, you won DM Inspiration on our last session. So would you mind telling us and reminding the chat on what happened last time?
Indeed. Sit yous down and let Buttons retell me story ye may have heard a fortnight past. It be a tale of grand battle and resounding victory for me band of fellow adventurers du jour. We start off in a dark and stormy night. I just had me veggies, you see, and we heard quite the strange noise from atop the deck. We most went amidships, but of course you remember poor Mist had a bit of the sour tummy. We burst upon the deck, and what did me eyes see but me bitterest enemy, a damned devil from the abyss itself, a winged beastie with teeth to rival me own horns, a Nostrabosu. Aye, it took me to a dark. Let's see. Aye, it took me to a darkness I had run from for me adult years. Me ma'am crawling from the mouth of the abyss. A frantic crew trying their damnedest to close the portal on the waves of evil, trying to stream through. Me, a young bull, watching helpless as her lifeblood seeped into the dry sand like water through a sieve. And there be another devil standing over our poor Captain Paddock of the airship Paddle Saddle. Found myself in the heat of rage just as the whole sky winked out in a preternatural black. Even through a flaming crate only to be swallowed up in the inky dark. Brick, our stout of heart, flung herself right into the fray, showing her power and warning us of the power of this creature when he swung back. Flint slashed deeply with the radiant power of his god, and kept us safe from the evil eye. Finn spoke evils into evil itself, and turned Brick into a kingly tyrannosaur. Kira used her deft magic to save our host from a certain death. Kieran gave protection from the thing's rotted mandibles, and wrought fire from the skies, rending flesh and bone. Mest brought light back into our midst before saving me life, bending me very luck against the soul snaring of the filth. He gaped his dirty maw wide to me, and he growls, "I'll be eating your soul." I says back to him, "The only soul you'll be eating is the bottom of your own foot." With two mighty blows I slew me prey and ripped his leg asunder. He did taste soul as I forced his own peg down his gullet. And so onward we sailed to yon bright shores of Solene.
Wow.
That was
Okay, you know
amazing.
what? You just need to read them every week.
We need to give Wes inspo every week because holy shit.
I loved
So
it.
good.
So
That was
good.
amazing,
I read it
Wes.
twice.
Thank you.
It's bad.
So yeah, Paige reached out and was like, "Hey Wes, don't forget to send your recap." And I'm like, "Shit, I was trying to make it a surprise, so I rewrote my recap."
Wow.
So good.
That was amazing. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't have to repeat myself because that was perfect. You guys had a crazy fight, and I think the only thing I'll say is Paddock is certain that this is no coincidence that the Nostrabosu has stumbled upon the paddle saddle in flight, and he's convinced that someone is out to get de jour.
They summoned it.
So, with that, we're gonna pick up after not just one but several long rests. The paddle saddle has flown you straight north from the lands of a day, Estremiums, the wizarding school that you visited with Bira, up north to the many islands, one of which is the island of Solene. As we've established, Solene is a small mainly fishing island, and it is the home of Phineas Darlington, who is our own bard in de jour. So, you've spent several days aboard the paddle saddle. I have to change the song. It's like very epic for no good reason. It's been several days, so you can all recover from a long rest. So anyone who's taken some damage or needs some healing or needs to recover. Oh, one other thing mechanically we should talk about. What else happened after the end of last session?
We leveled up.
Yeah. So what level are you guys?
10!
You guys are officially level 10.
This many.
It's Benny Mom.
Yeah, soon
Two hands,
you
Mom.
won't be able, unless you know American Sign Language, you won't be able to count beyond that very soon. Yeah, I know.
I got
Most-
Or binary.
Yeah, that is true. But as the paddle saddle begins to descend back beneath the clouds, Paddock is, though still attempting enthusiasm, is a bit weakened from the initial encounter the first night aboard his airship. A one-man crew who pledged to be a man of many roles and hats on your voyage has continued to feed you, try to dine you, try to provide cocktails and some time for leisure and a little bit of organization. The encounter with the Nostra Bosu has certainly changed Paddock. So the I think I established it's going to be 3 or 4 more days. 3 or 4 more days on the paddle saddle. You guys all recover and try to use what downtime you have to unwind for some, maybe prepare for others, and some just to like essentially organize all of the places and things you've done together. And at this point has been nearly 2.5 months of travel as a group. Yeah, so you've been friends for several months. We haven't really been talking about the progression of time, but when our campaign started nearly 2 years ago in real life, it was, yes, it was like spring, if not late spring, is what we were establishing. So as the paddle saddle descends beyond the clouds, and you look out either from the portholes or from the open deck of the airship itself, you will see the island of Selene in the distance. And from this distance, this landmass looks to be a wash of warmth. Orange and yellows and red hues, a wash of sun and crop and grain, and just joy, kind of fields of wheats and vines, several waterways you can see kind of break through the islands, and the water itself seems to look warmer from this place. And you register now as you've descended from the airship, and Paddock begins to try to land it near the coast of Selene, that it is getting to be the peak of summer, actually. And summers in Selene are a wonderful time. The people of Selene, you can see even from this distance, they look to be little ants speckled across what looks to be a port city as you begin to descend. From this height, you can see that the people and the architecture are colorful and vibrant. Beyond just the warmth of yellows and oranges and reds that make up the crops and landscape of Selene, the people as well are dressed in warm colors. And as the airship descends, you can see the port city itself is rather unique. Though there are ships coming in and out of this city, you can see the city itself opens itself up to waterways that can be navigated across its city. And these waterways can kind of usher people. What would be streets are instead ferried by small boats. And so there's a lot of movement in this city as the airship, the paddle saddle, descends to a small burrow by the docks. De jour, I'll let you guys talk a little bit in your descent. What things are you pointing out, or questions do you have for Phineas as de jour arrives in the port city of Torcello in Selene?
I do be glad to be coming in past the docks this time. It's a beautiful city from the air.
You smell that salt?
Aye.
Ben,
Yeah.
we've been over the ocean the entire time.
No, but it's like a distinct salt that you only find here in Selene. You smell it?
No,
You're probably not like finely attuned to notice the difference, but it's a specific saltiness
Sure it is.
in
Ben.
Torcello. Yeah.
he's right. You can smell the grain on the breeze. It's beautiful.
Well, I can smell the grain too, but that's not salt.
You scrape the salt here from the beaches and make a good kebab.
Mmm. We're not
You're known for your kebabs?
we're not really big kebab people, but
I am
Yeah,
a big kebab person.
I know. I remember. I think I had my first kebab in the desert, and it was pretty decent. But yeah, who would have thought food on a stick? Am I right?
Hey, Fee.
How are your how's your salmon? Do you have salmon here?
Yeah, we have all kinds of fish. We're like Torcello's pretty big and into like seafood. So you kind of name it and we have that fish or shellfish. And yeah, I'm a big fan of the scallops. Really good.
Bean.
How dare you take my favorite fruit from me in my own
I took
goddamn
it.
D&D
I
campaign?
I
Not
took
an
it.
egg. She can say it was eggs.
My favorite seafood. Scallops.
Bean,
Yeah.
what is the biggest sea monster you have eaten?
I've never done anything that cool. We haven't come across sea monsters yet. The closest thing to a sea monster was probably you when you were turning into a fish. Nah, I haven't really ran across any sea monsters yet. I'm down to if we do. You know me, I have a new affinity to boats, so if we want to like cruise around on boats, but like, nah, no sea monster sightings here.
Maybe that is why you received the letter. Because there is a sea monster, and they ask the mighty du jour to destroy it.
That... I think I totally forgot about the letter, to be honest.
We don't have to talk about it.
Yeah.
What is there to eat?
Well, we can definitely get some fish, or we can get the chowder. The chowder in town is really good, but it's kind of warm for chowder.
What's chowder?
You know, like a seafood chowder.
You define chowder with chowder.
It's like a soup. Have you had soup?
Oh, fish soup?
Yeah, but it's like creamy and like really thick, and it like warms your bones from the inside. It's glorious, but it's like again, it's kind of hot for chowder. We like it's kind of fruit season, so we eat a lot of the stuff right off the vines.
Yeah, and it's a good snack in Solene is the florella seeds.
The sunflowers, so florella seeds, yes, very delicious. So yeah, summertime really is just like, picking it off the vine right out the backyard sort of things. But are you hungry? We can go walk into town.
Whose maintenance here? Is your father coming down to see this?
I hope so. I don't know. I'm starting to like look along like the docks or wherever for nearby to see if I see any familiar faces or see if anyone's like waiting with a sign that says like Darlington, like to pick me up or something.
Okay, Phineas, roll a perception check for me.
Percept. Oh, a natural 20, motherfucker.
All right.
And I think I just took I took double proficiency in perception, so it's a 28.
Yeah, well then what I will tell you is with your natural 20 on a perception check, Phineas, you do not spot the Duke, your father, Elric Darlington, but you recognize several stands that not necessarily are on the dock itself, but make that attach to the dock, which are several fish and like seafood vendors. And there is one stand that you are particularly familiar with. It's the Pescare and Sons stand. Oh, we've got Bodhi and the Kai in chat. Hi, Bodhi and Kai.
Oh, hi.
Hello, governors. Yeah, twin powers activate. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I'm like, you're setting up for stream, and that's what you said. Okay, awesome. Well, have a great stream. I'm sure we'll be popping in afterwards. Have fun. Put on powdered makeup and your wig, and let's go. Oh, I see what you're doing there, Matt. Okay, I'll gift him a sub. Thanks for redeeming 25,000 channel points. Hold tight.
Yeah.
Boop. Oh.
Oh,
Hey,
you're gonna
give him
two.
all your money.
Uh-oh, you're gonna run me bankrupt. Holy shit.
I'm saving up so I can do 5 at once.
Okay.
That was you?
I'll do another one.
You sure was in my
I'll take care.
bathroom.
Oh, look at that.
Hey!
They're in tandem. Okay, I'll do the second one, I promise. All right. So yeah, you see Pescare and Sunstand. What were you doing? I'm sorry.
So yeah, I'm looking around and I'm like, I don't see, Dad or anyone, but maybe they're not in. So like, yeah, I guess you guys like, we don't live here in Torcello. We have like an estate out in the countryside, but I thought they would at least meet
Let's
me
be
here.
fair, you didn't tell them when we were coming. I mean, they were like, come as soon as possible, but they didn't know when we're coming. It's not like we have a magical way of, letting them know or anything like that.
Wait a tick. And I'll go and I'll message the old pops. I'll say, "Hey, Daddy."
You're messaging him?
Sending. Oh, I have to use a spell slot for this now. So I will use a spell slot and send a message to Daddy Elric Darlington and the fam saying, "Hey, Daddy, just landed in Torcello. Hope everyone's okay. Plan? Question mark? XOXO."
That's
Phineas.
11 words.
Wait, I have
12
25.
words. Yeah,
XOXO Phineas.
that's 12 words.
Yeah.
I'll let him know that he can reply to this message.
You can reply to this message.
You still have 6 words.
Your boy,
Love
Phineas
you.
Darlington, love you.
Bouncing baby boy.
Money, please.
2 more words.
Phineas Darlington.
How many times is he gonna sign it?
Darlington,
He's
Fin,
excited.
Daddy.
You're out of words.
Perfect. Hell, that was the first time I did that. I didn't know how many words I had, and I got.
Walk that way.
Yeah. All right, let me put that spell slot that I used.
I like the idea that you feel the magic like floating, still waiting for more, and you're like, okay.
I could just visually. I could just feel it like slowly, like wafting through the wind towards the family estate. My little message. Yeah, and I would wait for a response, hopefully, but if not, it's fine because I know you killed my dad and it's gonna be okay, I guess. Do I get a response? Don't kill my dad.
Let me think about that.
Oh my god!
I just don't know what to say.
Okay, that's fine. Hold on. Where is this sending?
Don't kill my dad.
Don't kill my dad!
Hey, Dungeon Mom, don't kill my dad.
Roll
Mom.
for
Hold
killing
up.
dad.
I need to change the stream title.
Don't. Hey,
Don't kill my dad.
Don't kill my daddy!
Don't kill daddy. I'm just kidding. I'm not changing it. But okay. I just didn't. How do you picture his voice, Kelly?
Very stern and very like monotone. He doesn't have like ups and downs, ebbs and flows. It's kind of like very straight and powerful.
Phineas, you would get a response from your father, Duke Elric Darlington. Isn't he like Duke Elric Darlington the Third or something?
Yeah, sure. Sounds
It's
great.
the third. Isn't that what you said once?
I think he is a third.
Duke Elric Darlington the Third does respond to you, Phineas. His what, 4th oldest? 5th oldest?
I am 5th.
5th oldest? Eldest? My son, we await your return in Zestacia. Your family is here to welcome you home. Enjoy the festivities. Your father, Duke Elric Darlington III. Duke of Selene.
Okay. Okay, guys, you kind of see like a weight that was on Finn's shoulders, like lift. He takes a deep breath, and he goes, "Yeah, they're not going to meet us here, but we'll make our way into the family estate soon. But I say we spend some time here in Torcello first, and I'll say, come on, guys, let's go, and I'll walk us towards the this guy at the stand on the docks. No?
His father.
Oh, damn it. Okay. So I will walk up to an older gentleman at the stands at the docks, and I'll give him a hug. And I go, is Giuseppe around?
Oh, my boy, Phineas, welcome home. You'll see there's this like big guy, clearly like a worker on the dock.
And
Big
the hug, yeah, it would be a hug, but then when we look at each other, it'd be kiss, kiss, and on the lips, kiss.
and he's an older man, but he's extremely loud. The volume control, there's no control over that. As he brings Phineas in for a kiss on each cheek and then a kiss on the lips. You know Giuseppe. He's off running around. You should find him in town.
Yeah, that sounds like him. You can never keep him down in one spot.
Just like his father. Ha ha ha! It's a good day for you to come back. Perfect timing, Phineas.
Oh, yeah, for what? I know it's like peak summer season, so I'm sure business is thriving. But anything else new?
It is the march.
It is the march?
Roll a history check for me, Phineas. You're gonna roll with advantage.
Okay.
Me in the march.
Boop, 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 boop. The special starts
I
playing.
also have very fun Italian music on, so it's very hard not
Are
to
you
be
playing
joyful.
my big gay Italian playlist thing?
It's instrumental, no singing.
21.
Phineas, you recognize what Giuseppe's father is describing. It is the March of Vice in Torcello, which is, and you can tell the gang if you want, but you remember it's during the height of summer. The people of Torcello celebrate the cultivation of the Florella flower, which is a multi-day kind of like festival/carnival in town. It's built on the traditions of celebrating the city's wine trade. The March of Vice is overseen by the Prince of Vice, who's a theatrical figure in Torcello. Typically chosen by the Darlington family, this masked Prince of Vice serenades the parade every evening. And on the 10th night, the Prince of Vice steps into the sea and sheds his mask, bringing the festivities to a close.
Why is this so hot?
Because there's a masked man. He
Oh
knows
no!
you so well.
Oh, Paige, what have you
We are
done?
the masquerade during the Prince of Vice. I'm making it happen. I'm just kidding. What was the name of that? It's the Florella flower. Is that what you're calling it? I'm just trying to get the word right.
Yep, Florella flower. Or you can just call it Florella.
Okay. And you said the Darlington family picks the Prince of Vice.
It's typically picked by the Darlingtons. Or like sometimes the Darlingtons will just entrust the people of Torcello to pick like a member of the Torcello people. Phineas, you also know that this flower, the Florella flower, is like wholly unique to Solene. It is essentially a raw material that can only be cultivated and harvested here in Solene, and it's used for wine, for dyes, for fabrics,
Oil.
even for paper. It's what gives all of the fabrics and hues of Solene, and more specifically Torcello. It's like vibrant warmth that comes all from this Florella flower.
Is the Prince of Vice identity unknown to the whole town until he's revealed on the 10th day? Is that what you were saying with like the masked?
It's not necessarily like a reveal.
Okay.
Yes, the theatrical figure is masked, but it's more so like the same way Santa has the same look. It's not the same person every time. It's not necessarily a secret as to who is Santa. That's not the concept. It's not a
Okay.
masquerade in the real. It's more so it's like putting a symbol on something to say, "Oh, this is this iconic character, the Prince of
Got it.
Vice." And Phineas, you would recognize that mask is a giant golden sun that I'm gonna put in in our Discord.
Phineas
Yeah,
ever been the Prince of Vice?
probably
Mm-mm.
not. I'm thinking, yeah.
Mm.
Hold tight. And as you look around, Phineas, as the jour looks around, you would see that there are already several decorations and banners up. Um, that illustrate this Prince of Vice. So like that's essentially how they celebrate it, is this like imagery of a sun masked individual. And usually the mask is painted very simplistically in like banners and stuff with like just a small kind of like mischievous smile. Give me 1 second. I am slowly opening up my tab for Discord, and I will put it in our Discord too. So if you don't already look at or aren't already a part of our Discord, looks like we've got the link in already. Thank you, Sarah. We're gonna put it in our Don't Split the Party chat over in our Discord. Sorry. There is one. There is another, and then there's another one
Oh.
too. I have. So there's different variations. Um of this Prince of Vice.
Oh my
Mm.
God, Paige, I love these. I love this artist.
Let me give credit to the actual artist because I buy so much of their stuff. Like I even have like painted they're actual like they do like hand painted bandanas and stuff. So I have like a hand painted unicorn. They do like monsters and stuff. But they have this like sun character that I've always really liked. This is a
Mhm.
her interpretation of a manticore, which is very fun. So yeah, so you see visuals of the Prince of Vice everywhere.
Sick. Um, okay, I'll be like, oh my God, I'm being so rude. Guys, this is Mr. Pescari. He's like the best um fish monger in Solene. He's a family friend.
Do you have any grovlocks?
Do I have? Of course, I have Grovlox. Here, he'll like lift up a sheet that's covered on ice. What is Grovlox?
It is a it's salmon,
Yeah,
but it's salt and sugar cured salmon.
that sounds so good. Yes, yes.
Good.
So he'll have some. Not all of the salmon that he pulls on this display is treated and cured that way, but yes, he has a few that have got sugar and salt on it. So that's very cool.
How
Okay.
much for all of it?
Oh, friends of the Darlingtons. I mean, Phineas, what do I typically charge for you guys?
I don't know, like 20 silver.
There you go. Sound fair?
Fair enough. I
Anything
flip him
for my
2 gold because that's
anything anything for Phineas. Have you got taller? You look bigger.
And I've seen a lot of things, let me tell you. I'm a different man. I feel a whole new person. I'm an adventurer now. Isn't that awesome?
Of course it is.
How's the family? Have you seen them? Have you been to the estate recently?
Time. Well, honestly, most of the time I send Giuseppe up there. Just because I know he can get in less trouble out of Torcello every now and then. You know, you're not there to keep a good set of eyes on him.
I
When you're
know. Well,
gone.
I could barely tame the man. He was crazy. He's crazy. You know him.
Mm-hmm.
Party animal.
That's right.
Okay. But Mom and dad are healthy and the little ones are
Not so little.
only been gone for a month and a half. 2 months.
You've been
No, a
gone
couple
you've
months.
been gone
Maybe
closer
3
to
months because it
3.
was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I was in the things.
Probably
but,
more actually. Probably closer to 4 months. If you think about like traveling, you traveled really far. You were out in the desert for a bit before they found you.
Mhm.
It
Has
took you guys a bit.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Nope. That was all.
Has the family picked the Prince of Ice yet for the season?
Well, they left it up to Giuseppe.
What?
Well, they asked us. They came in and they said, I don't know. Who do you think should be in? And I was busy, so I told Giuseppe to figure it out.
My father, Elric Darlington III, broke a tradition that's been going on forever and decided to not pick himself. That's so weird.
He doesn't always pick himself.
No, and not pick himself, but like be the one to pick.
I mean, sure, he's picked himself a couple years in a row, but it's not every year.
Oh,
He's been
I'm just saying it's always been a Darlington decision. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, well, no, I really don't trust Giuseppe making this decision, but I know that's so weird. Why wouldn't he pick it?
They've been busy. Can't come into Torcello at any beck and call, you know? It's hard for them to get the inside scoop. They trust us. It's a good thing, Finn. Change is good sometimes.
Yeah, no, I
You hungry? You look like you're starving. Here, have some of this. He like cuts off a piece of some fish and hands it to you. Who's hungry?
I take it and we do the kiss again.
Willow's hungry. Willow was like, "Did you say fish?"
You got any chowder? I heard it's good.
I can make you some chowder if you want some chowder. I can make some chowder.
Well, I don't know. Finn's been raving about it.
It's more. I'll take you down. If you're in a soup mood, I'll take you down the way. We'll get some gazpacho. It's like a summer soup, okay?
You're throwing a lot of fancy words for food at me right now, and I am down.
Okay.
Mood.
Clint, can I have one of the fish?
Oh, sure, yeah. And Glint will show her how to like pull the gravlax off as a layer of muscle, and how you put some like red peppercorns on it.
I'm hungry now.
Maybe some dill.
You have dill in your travel kit? Like a little sprinkle of dill.
I imagine that some came with with it.
Kieran
You know,
probably has some dill.
I can also druid craft.
There we go.
Oh!
Red peppercorns and dill.
Oh my god, Willow! What the hell?
So cute, Willow.
Willow does look so cute.
I'll eat some raw fish, which I'm guessing it's meant to be eaten this way, it seems.
Yeah, I mean it's yeah.
It's literally just
either
caught.
it's either
Very
on its
fresh.
own or on like some bread or like a cracker crisp.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Will there be any soul florella seeds roasted in the finest of the Soline salt?
Sorry. Yeah, of course. Do you want a pound of it, or do you want quarter pound? We've got big bags.
Maybe a bag about this size.
You'll see he'll also show you he's got them flavored. I know you showed like a jalapeno one. He's got regular soul florilla seeds, but he also has like some that are like heavily salt. He's got like a salt and vinegar.
Yeah, I highly recommend the balsamic vinegar flavor.
What's balsamic?
I do love the taste of the Soline salt. I'll just go with the basic salted.
Have you been to Soline before?
Just to the sorry. Whew. Just in the port. Just passing through.
He gets it.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll hand you a small bag of soul florilla seeds.
Buttons do be eating them.
Perfect. in your method.
Is there like a contest of strength for this Prince of Ice thing? Like, how do you prove you are worthy?
Well, Phineas, do you want to? I mean, it's not really a worth thing. It's more just to celebrate.
Yeah, it's not really like um a strength or um performance-esque thing. It's more like you try to find like the most you need to be a charismatic kind of person that likes to put on a show. Um and also just have like a lot of Celine spirit.
Which I'm guessing is a lot of kisses.
Yeah, we do like to kiss here a little bit. It's the what did I call it? I called it the trio pack. Is that what I called it?
Yeah, it's cheek, lips.
Yeah. But I didn't want to do that to you guys. Like that's kind of a little personal, but like it's kind of normal here.
So, like anybody we run into, we should be.
You don't
kissing on?
have to.
After
But,
you've
like-
met someone. You
Oh, so
wouldn't.
like okay, right. So like first meeting, it's a little presumptuous to go ahead and kiss him, but like if you're introduced to somebody, you can go ahead.
If you've met someone here before, you should greet them that way. Some strangers greet each other like that.
You're like looking around, you just see everyone like kissing each
Kissing.
other when they go up to the stands. They're just like, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it rude not to?
Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of.
it is.
All right.
But, if you say you're not from, well, no, it is, you're here. You should embrace the culture.
When you're here,
When in Torcello.
When in Torcello, you do the trio kisses.
Hey,
What if you're anatomically not predisposed to kissing?
How are you anatomically? You've never been kissed?
you don't have lips.
I have a like a dragon face. Hello.
Yeah, but like,
oh,
Yeah, like what's the racial makeup of Celine? Is it pretty human centric, or like things with
Feeling
lips
a little
centric?
human centric.
it's very human. Majority humans, but especially like probably in Torcello, which is one of the more populated. Soline's quite small, but Torcello I would say was one of the more popular places and the main port city. So you, especially like along the docks, you'll see other races and things like that, but it's mostly humans.
Speaking from experience living among a bunch of races of peoples, you figure it out.
I can teach you how to kiss if you want.
Are you asking Mess to practice kissing with you?
No, I can like show you like look, you just
I-
hold out your hand like this and
Uh-huh.
then you go,
No,
You got a lot
I do
of experience with
appreciate it.
that?
I do think Bira will probably have problems with you trying to kiss me.
I'm-
Sorry, Bira.
no, I'm showing you like with the hand. Like,
Oh wait, we're talking about this in the open now.
Oh, it's out there.
Okay.
about what?
You two kiss, right? You and Bira.
I just don't think that Finn and I should kiss.
Wait,
I'm kissing! Yes! I'm showing her that she can kiss her hand to know how to kiss.
What you guys think is probably yelling to you, you start to gauge that everyone talks at this volume. So like it's like, how are you? I'm great. How are you doing? Mwah, mwah, mwah. It's just like loud and boisterous people everywhere.
oh,
Yes,
no.
I think us reserved Northerners don't belong here.
No.
Everyone belongs to you when you're here in your family.
Oh my God!
Just
You reverted right back to Celine real quick.
You can take the
Have
boy
a
out so
Torcello Applebee's? That's them, right?
And
I've traveled all over just to taste of your Applebee's.
Like bees that only like pollinate apple trees?
Yeah, there are specific bees for specific fruits. Yeah,
Oh,
so
I didn't realize y'all had so
we don't
many.
really have like apples, or like a ton of apples, like orchards on Solene, but I've seen I've heard of apple bees in other places. We have orange bees and lemon bees and
I would like to get a drink. Where is the best place to get drinks in this part of town, Finn?
yeah, and you know what? We might find Giuseppe there. Who knows? That would be
Honestly, Kelly,
Go ahead.
like one place in Torcella is really hard. It's more like it's like you walk by or like you'll get on a ferry down the waterways
Mhm.
and there are just like open patios where people just have like a jug of wine and they're just
Mm.
like passing. It's like it's much more communal than it is like establishments. It's like open carry. It's not like you can just drink. People like there are people running markets who have like a jar just full of wine that they're drinking. Like you don't have to go places to drink. It's like I'm sure there is a place that serves alcohol.
Mm. You see Mr. Piscari just like sip from a glass of wine.
It's like 10 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, that we can definitely get you a drink. We can walk right down there and get a drink if you want something, but it's pretty much wine.
That is okay.
Okay. Hey, Miss Piscari, before we head out, do you have any idea where Giuseppe may be?
I'm sure
He's clearly looking around for
I'm sure he's with the parade. I mean, it's kicking off. Yeah, the parade's
Oh.
kicking a taste of day one.
Oh, right, you did say that. Today is the day. So he must have already picked someone. Okay, guys. This is the best parade of the year, and we definitely can't miss it. So we definitely need some drinks. We definitely need some costumes or some... Do we get to wear stuff too? Come on.
Yeah.
Shopping montage!
Yay!
And we definitely have to hit up this parade. I'm sure Dad won't miss me for another day. We can hang out in Torcello for the night.
Phineas, you remember your father's response you're sending. Enjoy the festivities.
You think that they'd be here though?
Finn, is the town encouraged to also play music in the parade?
Play? So like there's a primary source of the music from the parade. What do you mean?
Can everybody play music along?
Yeah, sure. It's a joyous time. You can do whatever you want.
I would like to buy a drum.
You want a drum?
The tribe drums very often. I am very good on drum.
Well, shit. Okay. I'm sure we can make that happen.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna like it here. And Kieran's just gonna like grab for like the nearest like jug of wine he can find.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
grab for the nearest person. Mwah!
yeah, and you'll see there are several everything is it's not like someone's buying it from a person. Like everyone's got their version that they're just like handing out. So like families, it's more like a friendly competition of like their summer wine. So like some people have different fruits that are kind of mixed in. Some people just have so it's more so like you can grab different jugs and you can tell just from like either like the fruit inside or the color that it's like doing something different. But yeah, it's all like pretty much wine. There are a few people who have what look to be like a couple small glasses of this like vibrant yellow drink of some kind, but otherwise it's mainly wine.
I would say to the party, my favorite family wine is from the Antonia family. They're up north and they include it's a red wine if you like red wines. And it's got I know wine flavors that can go in wine.
Pomegranates and stuff?
Yeah, pomegranates. It's definitely got like this pomegranate undertone and it's delicious. So I highly recommend that one. Off to the parade, guys?
People dressed Flamboyantly.
You know, at this part of town, like right at the docks, I wouldn't say like flamboyant. Torcello is a working class city. So I know Phineas really hasn't gotten into yet, but to like inform you as players and characters, really the only nobility in Solene is essentially the Darlington family. And then any kind of esteemed guests who come in from other countries. So like everyone else in Solene is like the people you're surrounded with right now in Torcello. Like they're a more urban example of it. So flamboyance, extravagance isn't quite really what we're going for in Torcello. What you will see though is exuberance is a better word for it. So as you make your way from the docks of Torcello and head into the city itself, as I mentioned from the overhead on the paddle saddle, you can see the water does not just end by the docks. There are waterways, and they kind of act essentially as streets. So the buildings are built above the water. There are several bridges that kind of connect blocks together. But most of the travel within the city itself is done on these open ferry boats. And I would say there's a lot of you guys, so you probably would be really tight on one boat. It'd probably be more comfortable to hop on two different boats. Um, though it's not impossible. And there might be like a bigger boat, but it'd be like a party boat and it would be a little bit slower.
I can walk on the water in the canal.
I
My
can
boots.
run on the water. I can't walk.
Um, well, Kieran, then what I'll mention is as the rest of the party hops into a boat, probably, it's not, I'm not saying the waterways are filled with these by any means, but every now and then on occasion, as there are two like small ferry boats kind of crossing, every now and then you will see something else moving across the water, and it looks to be medium to large fish, bright orange, kind of swimming the length of the boats, kind of like passing each other as well, that live and kind of travel across the waterways as well. Imagine like, essentially imagining a goldfish, giant goldfish that are
Yeah.
like 6 to 8 feet long, like extremely long. Their tails like especially have like 3 feet alone in the waterways. And as you all hop on a boat with several jugs of wine potentially and a couple glasses, um, you will see that the streets and waterways of Torcello are alive with joyful music. Exuberant festival goers watching are preparing for the oncoming parade. So the waterways kind of lead you all to the main road, and some block off to like ledges where they'll park boats for like a good place for the parade. And you can see some people make their ways to good like overhead like looming bridges that kind of sit on top of these waterways to look down. There are colorful balloons, confetti, like I said, music, and it's just a colorful place in general. Um, are you trying to join the parade procession, or are you trying to get a good view of it?
Say view first, personally.
Yeah,
I want to
definitely.
watch.
Yeah, I would that's cool, but I would definitely be looking out to see if I see any members of my family in the procession or Giuseppe.
Okay. Um, are you more worried about that, Phineas, or like what's the top priority for Phineas?
Um, you mean like with regards to like staying and watching versus getting up and looking for them?
Well, there's a lot going on. Like you're introducing de jour to what not like your true hometown, but you know, like a part of Solene, a part of your childhood. There's a festival.
Mhm.
You're and now you're. I'm just trying to gauge,
I
what's the
gotcha.
priority for
So
Phineas.
I think, yeah, I guess Phineas is a little bit more at ease knowing that he heard from the fam and everything's okay. So I think at this point, then maybe his priority is trying to be a good tour guide to de jour and really try to make the best experience for them. So then I think the priority would be making sure They have a good spot to view it, and if he needs to use his Darlington name to get a better spot, he'll do it. And yeah, get ready to and he's anticipating and excited to see who the Prince of Vice is going to be.
Again, it's not like a reveal, so you wouldn't like know who the Prince of Vice is.
Oh,
It's just
me.
somebody in a mask.
Okay. Yeah, so just trying to get the best spot for the jour to view.
Yeah, it's not. I feel like I've set this up wrong. The Prince of Vice is not like. It's not like who's it gonna be? Who's the Phantom of the Opera? It's not like that. It's like
That's all anyone wants. Phantom.
it's like when you go to a Thanksgiving parade and at the end there's Santa. It's like, oh, it's Santa. Hi, Santa. It's like
Because
that.
you said mask and reveal.
I did not say reveal. I did not say reveal.
When he goes into the water and reveals himself.
Okay, like he takes off the mask.
That's a reveal.
Oh, he takes off the mask to symbolize that it's over, not to reveal himself.
But it's a
Victoria,
ceremonial.
In doing so,
Thank
revealing
you.
himself.
He does
He's not
happen
the
to
wrong
reveal who
guy.
he is.
Leaving the prince behind and going back into his own body.
It's just a bit of time to celebrate a little bit of debauchery. Like the people have worked hard. They've cultivated this really great thing. It does really well. The people of Torcello and the greater people of Celine are kind of thriving right now. Things are good. People are happy. You know, they don't have a lot of money, but they make do with what they have. And this is the best time to enjoy it. That's what this is about. There's a lot, as we've mentioned, going on. Bira, how does Bira feel about everything? Like the festival and being here and Phineas taking the lead? What's going through Bira's head?
A little overwhelmed. There's just so many people and so much happening, and I'm excited for the parade, but we never had anything like this in Sondral or Estremium, so I'm excited. It seems like a big party. Are we like the only like is this a tourist event as well, or like are we the only people who aren't from here at this?
I didn't really think about that. I didn't think it'd be like it's not like unwelcoming to outsiders. I just don't know beyond maybe some of the people coming in and out of the port who've ventured their way in. Yeah, there'd probably be a good mix of people from the port, but it would probably look like a more healthier blend of like locals, Solenians.
It's not like Mardi Gras in New Orleans.
Right.
Yeah, not quite.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. More Mardi Gras.
What do you think, Cal? Do you agree with that?
No, I was going to say the same thing. I don't picture a lot of people like traveling to Celine for this event. It's more
Yeah, it's more of like a
our
local
thing.
celebration.
It's for us.
Du jour, I know you've just arrived here, but how does this being here and how Phineas is acting, does Phineas appear different in any way? Does he appear the same? Do things make more sense, or are things surprising you as you've arrived?
I feel like some of like the weird kind of like loud interaction that Finn has with the world, his like tendency towards strange get up, like his sailor boy, like maybe makes a little bit more sense now that we've seen all this.
Yeah, I was gonna say this reminds Kieran a lot of when he first met Finn, and just sort of like he's like having this like weird mental image of like picturing Finn as he met him and picturing Finn now, and they're not the same person, but he can absolutely see where this person came from. It's cool.
Best is concerned that the proportion of salt in the air is making him high. Like he's just getting high. Yeah, like you're high and that's why you're acting just a little more weird.
What is this, Dune?
My skin tone in Celine looks like extra glistening. Like like you know, like vampires in the sun in Twilight. It's like that. Mervin in Celine in the peak of summer. He's a glistening boy.
We call that sweat.
Phineas, for you to get a good view, I think it's definitely possible. What does Phineas do, or how does Phineas interact with the people of Torcello to get a better view of the festival?
He's not pompous. I picture him kindly going up to whoever has like the higher up storefront or home that has a balcony or something like that, being friendly but also walking as if he knows who he is a bit, and saying like hi and hi, and seeing if they would be kind enough to allow us to grace their presence in their space.
Laura Darlington, you sing a song, you can stay here all night.
Yep. I can do that. I always sing songs, and I will sing the song of our homeland, of the motherland known as Solene. And that song goes, Solene, 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 Solene. I love you so much, Solene. You smell good. Solene, 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 Solene. The salt in the air makes you sweat real good.
Roll a performance check for me, Phineas.
Originally written by Delanis Partington.
I also took double on performance checks. So a plus 12 to a 16 is a 28.
Yeah. So you guys get.
I need all all the what's the word, bonuses I can for performances.
Yeah. So you guys get premier seating above a beautiful arched bridge where several banners of the Prince of Vice hang. There are a few loose tables and chairs, and your ferry/gondola boats parked down below for you to venture on to at a later time. You join in the revelry of the family that Phineas sung to.
Did the family sing along with me?
Yeah, of course. It's the song of their homeland.
Good.
They're like the national anthem of Solene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You smell so good.
Yeah, I love you so much, Solene. You smell so good.
And the salt in the air makes you sweat so good.
So good. That was only verse 1. There's more verses.
Allegiance to Solene. The salt in the air makes you sweat.
Sweatiest country in them all.
And you're there for about an hour before the parade begins. There wouldn't be a moment where they weren't pushing a jar of wine in front of you guys. So
I think I would have like invited them to take a part like with us as well and like spend the time. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not just serving you. Yeah, they
right.
are.
No. I want them to be like, they would be very much present in the festivity, the eating, the drinking, whatever, together.
Yeah, and I'm happy you mentioned eating because if someone's gonna start drinking, sorry, did I go bad for a second?
Robot page.
I can see it's bad.
Hello?
Am I better?
You are.
I can hear you now.
Sorry about that. I'm happy you mentioned food was what I was saying because if anyone in our fictional world knows this. It's the people of Torcello. If you're going to start drinking at 10 a.m., you need to back it up with some sustenance. So beyond just constantly having a jug of wine between your table, there are several meals back to back, in fact, of a fish, a 7 fish dinner, in fact, or brunch, I should say.
Breakfast?
There are in between each fish, there is pastas and fruits, tomato salads and grapes and just
Cheese.
cheese, just endless food, man. Kieran, you find out what balsamic vinegar is. Um,
Kind of tangy. It's good.
Yeah. I feel like it brings out the flavors of like the fruits and veggies more.
Yeah, I usually just kind of take stuff out of the ground or off the bone and kind of eat it. So good, good on y'all. This is a lot of time to experiment with how to make food taste good.
yep.
It should be
And,
an experience.
and beyond the Florilla flower, which is obviously the pinnacle of Torcello flavor, you find the second most important ingredient, which is olive oil.
Abiv?
Olive oil.
Not Sorflora oil. Oil.
No, it's olive oil.
Olive oil. Good. Okay. Thanks for making
Everything
that canon.
everything has olive oil in it.
Olive oil. You know, Kieran, if you mix the balsamic vinegar and the olive oil together, it's like this perfect marrying of flavors. Here, and I would like get a piece of bread,
I just
lay
picture
some.
Phineas pouring both.
Here, open up, lean back. Put a little mozzarella on there, some
No.
some moots, some gabagool, and put a little olive oil and some balsamic vinegar, and I would just shove it into Kira's mouth.
I love how
Guys.
this fantasy world has no room for olives, but it does have room for balsamic vinegar.
Yeah,
Olive oil is unique, okay?
It's because I came in with the balsamic, and I can't think of something else besides balsamic. While Paige is the creative one and came up with Aviv. That's talent.
Just be balsamic.
Now we're keeping it balsamic.
Yeah, it's a paschetti.
Paschetti.
No.
I get some balsamic on my paschetti.
Anybody else hungry now? This talk of food got me going.
I got seeds.
Nice.
I just realized Kelly put me in a trap because she just made Solene Italian American land, and I'm really not happy about it. It's an American's understanding of Italian culture raised by Italian Americans.
Can't wait to GTL later. Oh man.
I don't know if you saw it, but I literally wrote,
I haven't
this
seen it.
is Italy, but it's just Italian Americans.
yeah.
Yeah, Kelly said mozzarella, and I was like, "Oh, we're doomed." Oh no. Okay.
Did you want me to say mozzarella?
Mozzarella.
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 Yeah, that's what
Say
I
it.
said.
You said mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
Say you're
Mozzarella and
from
some
New Jersey.
ricotta. Regat.
Regat.
Regot.
Regat.
Regot.
What?
Gabagool.
Yeah.
The gabagool
You know
is
what?
not.
What?
Is it an actual thing, or is it just an?
Capricola.
Gabagool
It's just
is like the
sand
prime
raw.
meat of Celine. Gabagool.
Don't make this canon.
It's happening. This is my land. This is collaborative storytelling.
This
and I'm
land
making it
is my
my
land. This land is my land. From
Fins before
olive
du jour.
oil to
to
gabagool.
vinegar.
Finn's
Yeah.
before du jour is just going to be us helping him open a restaurant.
After du jour.
Yeah.
We just settle down. Okay, I'm sorry. Back on topic.
So after about an hour and a half of feasting and drinking, the flavors, the personality, the sounds, the smells of Torcello. The parade is coming. And unlike a typical parade, a march, this march is on the waterways. And it is a stream of floating open ferry boats. I'm picturing this is very much obviously like we're taking on Venice, right? We're doing like Venice, we're doing the waterways, but I'm also picturing it's very much like Tangled, Rapunzel, kind of like in the city kind of stuff.
Bitch.
And so the boats are probably, if we're talking about like extravagance, I know Wes asked that question before. If anywhere there is a bit more extravagance, it's in how people are dressed on the boats. So, though the people who are partaking in the festival are obviously like celebratory and wearing like fun, colorful clothing, the people on the boats themselves are particularly colorful. Many of them are wearing like classic Italian, like Commedia dell'arte costumes. And like, I'm going to copy and paste and send an example. And so a lot of the people on the boats have like checkered pants with different colors on them. The women, if they're wearing like fancier clothing, sorry, I'm doing a lot of tabbing in and out, are wearing things like colorful and and yeah, like, but I know the tones aren't quite right. If there's any instance where I can insert yellows and reds and oranges, we'll do that. But what you'll notice is there is definitely a good blend of like neutral colors to like matte, like when there's checkered patterns, it's like a neutral brown or like a dark black with these bright colors to make it even more vibrant. Um, And some of them are even wearing small masks, nothing as elaborate as the Prince of Vice, but many of them are wearing a mask of some kind just to like partake in the actual parade itself. And so there are several people, when I talk about Commedia dell'arte, this is kind of the traditional example of that. So a lot of people might have those like funny collars on with like little hats and masks. The masks are highly expressive. So some might look very like wide grinned, while some might look like angry or sad, and they're very just emotive. And each boat has essentially its own little revelry happening as it's working its way down the waterways. And a big part of it isn't just necessarily to parade through the town, but it's a rather slow procession because the concept of the March of Vices, and specifically the ferry boat at its front, which has the Prince of Vice leading it, is to enjoy the celebration with the people of Torcello. So as silly as it might sound, you could hardly call it a parade because it's more so they get like half a block, stop, cheers, you'll see a song break out, people come in, there are people hopping across different boats to like share glasses, and then they'll get back on their runways back to their homes, and then the procession will move forward again. So it's more so just an all-day party. And Phineas reminds you, as you see the procession of the parade slowly approaching, that there is essentially 10 days of this. The biggest day is definitely the first day and the 10th day, but there is technically a parade like this every single day for 10 days to celebrate the March of Vices. So it is truly, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint is the best advice I can give you guys. And as I mentioned, at the front of the parade is the ornate Prince of Vices. I'm picturing the costume itself now, despite its depictions on banners and posters across the city of Torcello, the mask itself is rather ornate. This is legitimately a mask somebody wore in Venice at a parade. And I was like, this is exactly what I was picturing. So something like this, where it's extremely gold and decorative, this is something the Prince of Vices would wear
Whoa.
Instead of the black kind of feathering costume you see behind the mask, it would be a wash of I'm guessing red, a very similar red and yellow to the colors that Phineas wears in his photo. Um, and you can see even as the Prince of Vices like stops at each section to share a glass, you'll see even the you can see even from here the figure is a male. It's a man. As he cheers and they sing songs, people usually sing to the Prince of Vices to like essentially get good graces. It's a symbol of like by partying with the Prince of Vices, like it's like a sign of good wealth and health. And you'll see as he cheers us to them all, he'll lift the mask and take a sip, and you can see a sharp jawline underneath the mask as he shares a drink. Hot though, yes, that's what we're establishing. Yes, yes.
Vindication.
Soline's hot.
Something, sweat.
It's
All that
assault.
good sweat.
What questions do we have as the parade quickly approaches your prime real estate view of it?
And have
We
you
don't-
ever been the prince?
No.
Do you want to be?
No. It like no. I mean, no. No.
Yeah.
No, not no one really from like the Darlington. Well, I guess Dad has been it a few times, but like it's more about like the people down in Torcello. So it's cool to pick someone from the city. We're not really from Torcello, so
Is it
Sure.
an honor to be the Prince of Ice? Like,
yeah, somewhat. You know,
Mhm.
it's not like a very like big like competition, but
you're still
yeah,
chosen by the
something
Duke.
cool to say to everyone that you were the Prince of Vice in '85 or '89.
What year is it now, Finn?
It is.
Do we have a year?
We do.
We
Whoa,
do.
really?
Yeah. It is.
Where's my notebook?
It is 2290.
Oh,
So 89 actually makes sense.
yeah.
Last year.
Holy shit.
Do we see either of the following people that seem to pop up a lot in our lives? Chad Sexington or Babe?
He's the Prince of Vice.
Can you imagine if Chad Sexington just like maracas out?
He is the Prince of Vice. I'm quitting.
God.
It's not a reveal, you guys.
Was that chin blue? Was
Yes,
the very nice
is the
chin
Prince
blue?
of Vice a very beefy blue tiefling?
Not
They
blue
weren't.
teething, but they're beefy. You can tell that they've definitely got some muscle on them.
Okay.
I will say you do not spot a Babe, you do not spot a Chad Sextington.
Great.
I would have jotted down like while we were on the boat after the devil fight in my journal, like specifically about it, and like wrote like, needs to be summoned. What does that mean? And I would have, say like landing in Soline today, trying to like keep track of everything in case it does something with the other notebook with Babe or something like that, or at least keeping track of it. So if we ever run into Babe and I need to give him another copy or something like that.
So you're writing it twice in a new book and in the old one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
always
Babe
keep a
has the old
copy.
one.
Do we see an intrepid boy paladin?
Oh,
Roll a perception check for me.
I forgot he's on the
Shut the fuck
docks.
up, McKinnon.
Wet? What
Wet?
mission of wet sends him here?
Perception. Tease. 23.
Buttons, as you scour the party, the parade, you look for someone a little shorter, little stouter maybe. And though a couple people fit the bill, there are definitely some plumper people in Torcello. I mean, they like to eat. You do not spot, masked or unmasked, a boy paladin.
What if McKitten's been the villain the whole time?
Raise your
Yeah.
hand if you're disappointed he's not here.
Little bit.
That's a mystery. I always need. I need that book to close and understand what's going on with him.
Yeah,
Yes.
what mission of wet is he on?
Do we see any thick boys that we last saw leaving in a rowboat in Madripoort River?
They're dead.
They died.
They most likely
They are
died.
very dead.
Allegedly.
They're at the bottom of the Madripoort Riverdale port.
Yeah.
Bay area, yeah.
The Madriportian Sea.
Their bodies washed up together.
Their bodies washed up where the mountains meet the sea.
Mountport.
Have you seen your friend Giuseppe?
Yeah, I would casually be looking for Giuseppe, but
Throw a perception check for me.
ooh, 18 plus 8 is 26.
Don't have a whisper cam.
We can leave.
I don't have.
I can just take my headphones off. If
Yeah,
you
we can
wanna-
all just take our headphones off. I can't hear.
Ready? Okay.
It works.
Oh, I can hear.
Oh,
It's
she
funny.
can hear us. She can hear us. Mute us!
Mute!
Mute us! There we go.
Mute us now! Okay, I'm just kidding. All right, Kelly,
Yeah.
with your perception check, you can see that the Prince of Vices has a hook for her hand.
Okay. Thanks.
As the parade approaches, with its figurehead, the Prince of Vice at its front, you will see a few boats pull to its side to start to kind of like connect the runways of either blocks together so people can kind of get onto the boats and revel with the prince. You will see that the masked figure kind of looks across, trying to see who he's going to stop with. The boat's still moving slowly, and you'll see his head starts to look up, and it freezes on the group of you on the bridge.
I'm like leaning over. I picture myself like leaning over the railing, like sipping on my glass of wine, and I stop and I have a smile on my face. And I go, "That son of a bitch, Giuseppe."
And you'll see the Prince of Vice will point up to you, and muffled behind a mask, you'll be like, "Holy shit!" And you'll see the Prince of Vice jumps off like a rocking ferry boat and starts to like shuffle his way up the stairs towards the bridge that de jour sits on.
They're multiplying.
You guys ready to meet the Prince of Vice?
Ready for a reveal.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
It's not a reveal.
His level of hotness now.
But if we haven't seen him yet, then it's a reveal.
I mean, I guess technically it is with that.
Some on the mouth.
Behind the mask, a young man, very similar looking to Phineas. Golden locks, rather tan tan skin. Lifts the mask, sits up, and you'll see Giuseppe Pescare, son of Mario Pescare from the fish market. As he raises a glass to Phineas, and before they like bring their glasses to the lips, you'll see he'll throw the glass down and just do a big bear hug on Phineas, kissing him on each cheek and a big kiss on the lips. Excited to see his friend back in town. Yeah, on the lips too. I said that.
Feels good. I missed you, brother.
Where the hell have you been?
You better sit down. We've been a lot of places. Du jour, meet Giuseppe.
Hello, Giuseppe. I am Brick.
Call me Buttons.
Gold glinting brightly.
Miss Andrea Red.
I'm Kieran. I'm gonna grab his hand. I'm gonna kiss him on both cheeks.
Hi, I'm Vera. She does not kiss him on both cheeks.
I think Kieran clearly was the only one who kissed him.
Yeah.
We just got here, so ignore the not kissing thing. They'll get around to it.
Phineas, do you write home? Like, is Giuseppe someone you keep in contact with?
No, I didn't really write home to really anyone, to be honest. I think I wrote home like once or twice to the family, like the immediate family, but that's really it.
Welcome to Torcello. I am the Prince of Ice. As he raises another glass that he
Yeah,
pulls.
how did you manage that one? I thought you were out looking to pick the. Who let you pick the Prince of Ice?
My father told me to pick a prince. I picked a prince.
You're just so jealous that I need an Italian name.
Pizzarelli.
Luciano last year was Prince of Ice and not you, huh? So you just had to take it this year.
Jealousy did not come into play on this. I'm doing Russian. I can't.
Yeah.
It just goes in from Curse of Strahd. Sorry. Jealousy did not come into play on my decision. I simply polled the families, and I've just gotten into the most trouble this year, it seems.
I don't think I could pick a better man myself for the job this year. And I give him another hug.
As he goes in for like another kiss, he goes through like the kisses again. It's good to see you. But I can think of a better man for the role. As he takes the mask off and hands it to you. Yes! Yes, you're home! This is the perfect time for it. Prince of Ice! Prince of Ice! He puts the mask on you.
Of Ice. Prince
Prince
of
of Ice. Prince of Ice.
Darlington in Torcello on the day of the beginning of the March of Ices. You're joining me. You're doing this. Your friends can come. It'll be fun.
Assistant to Prince of Ice.
I mean,
I'm
if
not-
you're breaking traditions, then
I'm not taking no for an answer.
I can never fight with you. You always win. Fine.
I will show you all the pretty girls in town. There are more of them. They've gotten curvier.
Mm-hmm.
He like brings his arm around him and he starts like jostling him back down the stairs onto the lead boat with the Prince of Vice mask on. The revelers will make room for the rest of you du jour as you join on like the paired boats on either side, which float rather close to one another. So it's not like you're separate fully from Phineas, but with Giuseppe now reunited with his wingman of Torcello, Phineas Darlington, you will hear, hello, Emlu, welcome to the stream. You will hear Giuseppe quickly catches and regales Phineas on all of the trouble he got away with in the last 4 or so months since Phineas is gone, and he'll admit to a few that he did not get away with as well. Even mentioning some jail time, in fact, for some of his rather devious exploits as of late.
Any
He
violent?
hasn't done more.
Any violent charges?
No, it's all debauchery.
When they all get up onto the platform, specifically when Finn takes his first step onto it, Glint is going to cast Spirit Guardians. And around them, golden phalluses and coins will start floating through the air. In a 30-foot radius.
Huh? You said phalluses?
Yeah.
Like dongs?
Yes. Like dogs.
Golden dicks.
Oh.
Golden dicks floating around your head. No.
Yeah, so
I would immediately look to Giuseppe of what the hell, because I would just assume it's him doing this nonsense.
Yeah.
And prizes.
Finn, play it up.
I will use my vest, my magnificent vest, which has prestidigitation on it, and I'll have the wafting smell of wine and like shift off the boat. So just like fumes of wine flow down the river with us.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast plant growth and any seeds. So in a 150-foot square, so I'm gonna cover all the boats that are traveling with the Prince of Vice's boat, and I'm gonna, I'm sure there's like Florella seeds and stuff, whatever. So I'm gonna have the decks basically covered with the flowers.
Cool. I like that. Yeah. How Florella flowers grow, they'll grow even like they're like a vining flower. So like you can quite literally wear a vine on your clothing or on the bow. So like it can quite literally like you can be wrapped in Florella vines as well.
Sweet.
Okay. Um, I will tell you because, as I mentioned, the parade is slow moving. It is a marathon, not a sprint, because the parade would literally last till dusk. As the sun begins to set across the waterways, the Prince of Vice, newly returned son of Darlington, is ushered through the waterways of Torcello with his adventuring group, who the locals quickly learn about in the regaling of their several months together now, including a fight with a blue dragon. Um,
Demon.
well, I was going to ask that. Do you guys talk about your recent encounter with the devil?
Well, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like we'd pick more of the lighthearted stuff. I don't think I would dig deep into like the whole world's coming to an end and we don't really have any way of fixing it currently nonsense. I try to keep it light and positive.
So it's
Personally.
killing big monsters, saving partygoers.
Yeah.
Watching a guy get executed.
Yeah.
Never
Doesn't have
forget.
to be that one.
Going to a ball.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about beer a lot.
Yeah.
How so?
How so? I think I would actually say to Giuseppe that that I actually found a special girl and maybe a little monogamous at this point. In like the coolest way he could say it.
Well, if you said it like that, it's not very cool.
I might be a little monogamous.
Yeah, and I would say that, she's not like, any other girl I've met. And yeah, I'm excited to be with her and see what happens. And I'm really excited to see what my family thinks of her.
Well, that is very cute. This is very late in the day so far. That's very cute. But you are the Prince of Ice. And thus, we have a Princess of Ice! As he brings his arm to you, Bira, like ushering you onto the main boat. Princess of Ice! Princess of Ice. You join. You join, you drink of ice.
I would definitely join along.
no.
And like nag her on.
As these two like identical boys essentially shuffle across the ferry boat dancing.
He
singing
brings more
to you,
goofy
Vera.
out of me than
Oh yeah.
Vera is going to, like when people are called out of the audience when they win something and they like kind of look at like, not me. No. She kind of pulls one of those where she's like, okay. And steps up and she doesn't really dance, but she kind of just claps along to it, like kind of awkward, but like trying to get into it. And we've been drinking for hours now, I imagine. So
And
like,
Giuseppe, as Giuseppe gets you on and you like start like going with it. He'll get everybody else on the boats to get down on their knees and bow to you as he's like gets everyone to sing. Like it's all about like kind of like just getting a little goofy. So like he's working it. He's really putting the two of you together now. He's a bit pushy.
She takes one of the chlorella vines, like kind of makes it into, I guess, a floppy scepter, and like knights him the Jester of Vice.
Jester of Vice.
And it's just that's another verse.
Of Vice.
Am I just a joke to you? Jester of Vice. Yeah, he's into it.
Okay.
As the parade progresses, I do have a question, only because I think I want a little clarity. Wesley, you've done this wonderful recap for us. We as players had quite a reaction to your introspective moment with Buttons in the fight last session. How much of that is something that that du jour is learning about? Is any of it knowledgeable to them at this point?
I thought we were talking about happy stuff.
I know, but I have questions. I have things I need to know.
Yeah. I don't know how it would come up in conversation. I guess we had a couple of days after the we were still flying. Buttons would have probably talked about, if somebody had asked about why he on this particular enemy took its leg off and shoved it down its gullet.
Yeah.
That just seemed like normal Buttons.
No, I would say
energy
that's
to me.
overkill.
Oh, okay.
Extra.
Oh. Yeah, it's probably come across in snippets and talked a little bit about that. Yeah.
Can I, with that in mind, just because I did want some clarity on that, could I have you roll a perception check for me?
Eight.
Buttons, you've had a few days since the fight with the devil on the paddle saddle to talk with du jour and recount a tough memory for you. And though the initial rush of emotions that came with it has died down, you still have this lingering sense of paranoia. And you're not quite sure if it's coming from the resurgence of the memory itself or with Paddock's warning. And though I think you are fully capable of doing multiple things at once and enjoying the festival, I'm not trying to take that away from you. I think for me, I think it makes sense that Buttons is a bit suspicious. And the perception check I had you roll was there's these moments of like clarity where you're just like, and you kind of like take a quick look around and just try to spot check your surroundings. You're a little bit on high alert, and during the party, maybe it's just like just the energy is so warm and welcoming, but there's just this ever-present tension with like these people in masks and the drinking and the dancing and the kind of like uneasiness of being on the waterways, that you just feel this like kind of tension on your shoulders, this weight. That's all.
Buttons might grab a handful of obivs and head to the back of the boat for a minute with a jug of wine and just drag his feet in the water and think for a minute before coming back.
Is Buttons okay? He seems off today. And for like 3 days since.
I was gonna say he's been kind of keeping to himself. I know he told us a little bit, but doesn't seem to be sitting well with him. I offered to, step inside his dreams with him, but seems it seems a little private.
I think he needs time, but I do think shoving the foot down the demon's mouth was good for him.
I I don't know if I agree. I think
Mm.
that's anytime you do something like that. I know buttons don't mean it that way, but it's it's angry. There's something unfinished there. There's something he's not dealing with.
Maybe that was him burying it in the demon's mouth.
I don't know. I mean, look, we've all got weird stuff hanging over us. Oh, speaking of which, Kieran's gonna lean over the side of the boat. Can I stick my head in the water from leaning over the side of the boat, or is it too
Mhm.
tall?
No,
Okay,
you can.
He's
I'm
gonna
gonna
look for Dad.
yeah, absolutely. Drunk, I am going to stick my head in the canals of Solene and just say in primordial, I know this probably ain't gonna work, but I seek the river guardian Sylphus. Whatever. And I pull my head back out of the water, say, see?
Yeah, I
He'll
guess.
he'll figure it out.
As the least fucked up person now in the party, I would like, because my stuff is settled, and like dead husband is Fox now, so I can say with confidence, give him time. What you do not remember, Kieran, is before I met you and Finn in the desert, I lived alone for 2 years.
Right.
So he might need more than 2 in the desert, is all.
Well, I think maybe just like you found, Buttons can realize he ain't alone.
I
Nobody should
think,
have to put anything all on just their own shoulders. It's what, well, it's what having people's for.
yeah, maybe we tell him that.
Maybe not right now.
I don't think words work as good. I think like touch. Maybe just touch it, it tells him everything we're thinking.
Yeah,
Just a touch.
yeah.
I drank too much.
Nah. Speaking of which, I want you to find I want you to find a ram or whatever you want to ride into battle.
Yeah, we were gonna do the ship, but the demon.
Then I was thinking about it. Why go for just a regular sheep when you could go for like one that has horns?
Yeah, but Clint told me that sheep are the toughest animals, and I want the toughest.
Right, but imagine putting horns on the toughest thing you could think of.
Aren't they just boy sheeps?
Yeah,
Isn't that what that is?
right. I think. Yes, in my experience, that's how that works.
I do like the idea of riding in on a strong male sheep.
All right, well, keep your eyes peeled. With lands like this, there's got to be tons of them.
Is Finn distracted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shh. I'll talk to him later about what is the best animal of Solin. That is not a fish.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be too much help.
There's a lot of fish.
Newsflash, it's a fish.
Okay.
Anything else du jour would like to do during the day one of the March of Vices?
Flirt with Giuseppe.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
it. But you don't have to roleplay that. But
you are a beautiful man, but I'm not into men.
that's all right. Any of these young ladies in Torcello, Torcello would be lucky to have you.
Jester of Vice. Jester of Vice. Okay, I need everybody to roll a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage, but you are going to get glints
I was gonna say anyone who's in
plus
10 feet of me gets plus
plus
3.
3, but you will be rolling with disadvantage.
It's gonna
Ooh,
be
that's a
17.
What was yours, Finn?
30. Oh, no, disadvantage.
And what was yours?
9.
9 for Bira.
You said
15 for
Constitution
Glint.
check or saving throw?
Saving throw.
4.
I rolled a 17 and a 21, so I'll take the 17.
I rolled a 23 and a 30, so I'll take the 23.
I rolled a 17 and a 27, so I'll take the 17.
Wow. All the people to be hung over the next day. Interesting that it's Phineas and Bira.
I got right.
Once we got to the front of the boat, we just started dancing, and Vera kept drinking and got over her nerves.
Yeah.
Shook 'em
Aw.
off, and yeah.
I
We
imagine
were-
we all screamed around you the whole time.
We were the prince and princess of Vice to the nth degree.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Can sorry, can I interrupt? At some point during the first night of parading, could I have acquired a drum from some local?
yes.
Hey, adding it to the inventory.
She's a mess.
Okay. The next morning, you all wake up in an extra room of one of the local families in Torcello. It's one of the merchant families, so it's like higher working class, but it's definitely comfortable. Where there are several laid out like cots and beds for you all to sleep in. And you can see Giuseppe has joined you as well, so it's a full party in here. There are other revelers as well. And you, when you wake up, Giuseppe will bring you back to the docks where the shipment for the Darlingtons is already stocked up on a small like horse and buggy carriage. Um, and he will offer you all a ride to the Darlington Manor, known as Estacia, where like the actual Darlington family live. It's about a half day's travel by cart. And he's like, I'm on my way anyway. Might as well bring the family back together. And the new family.
Amelia.
Yes, this is my new family.
Oh.
Good. Um, as some of you work off your hangovers, the rest of you, though you're not hungover, it's definitely not like a comfy feeling, I would say, after a full day of drinking. Some of you might just not feel great just because of the amount of food you ate. Just like the nonstop feeding frenzy it was. So a day stuck in the cart isn't the most fun, but the landscape is very beautiful. And as you make your way from the city of Torcello into the countryside of Solene, you'll see it will change just a bit from like waterways and more like urban buildings to a more like Italian countryside where the path on either side is just rows of chlorella vines and flowers and wheat for pastas and just warmth and sunlight and just like the smell of just like fresh. What, Kelly? Just me talking.
Like, and the smell of fresh.
As I mentioned, after a half day of traveling, you will see the rows start to work into like a hillier pasture. And up ahead, you can see on the top of a rather modest hill is what looks to be a large like terracotta property. And it kind of wraps itself around several rows of florella vines and like wineries. And the grounds themselves, as you start to pull up and approach, look something putting it in the Discord as well. Something like this, loosely.
Ooh.
The actual, and I'm picturing more of like geographically speaking, the main property will look something. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of tabbing today and pictures. Look something like that. It's kind of like up on the hill.
Oh, so pretty.
So it's like really lush and like lush greens and yellows and oranges, kind of just like all kind of pair together. The carriage will pull up to the main building, the manor, with several bushes and trees kind of growing off these trellises on the actual architecture of the terracotta itself. And you can see there are several outdoor dining areas where there would be like open grottos where there's tables and everything set for large gatherings. Phineas, you have returned truly home.
Yay! I'm home. Yay! Do I not have like a welcome home banner across the door?
As you, very presumptive, by the way. As the carriage for the Piscare delivery pulls up to the main building off to the side, you can see that the double door wooden doors are open, and you can hear kind of like bouncing off the walls inside are several children giggling. You can hear kind of like laughter from the outside of the manor, from the home itself. And as you all hop off and kind of straighten out your clothes and grab your possessions, you will see, better than a formal welcome with everyone kind of standing out and banners ready, you will see a rush of several small children, blonde and orange hair, kind of hustling out as they see what new arrivals have come to the property. Their excitement, a young boy and just a slightly older little girl, probably between like 10 and 13, the two of them, chasing one another as they see an arrival of some new people, but more importantly, their older brother Phineas. The siblings, Magdalene and Jacob, your youngest siblings, come rushing into your arms, Phineas, into a big barrel hug. I have pictures for them, so I'll grab those now. We're going to introduce these from youngest to oldest, like you guys said, with Sound of Music. This here is Jacob. He's 10.
You gotta do the whistle for the Sound of Music.
I picture like Finn would like run after the two little ones and like pick up Magdalene, who's the girl, and like kind of like spin her around, give her a big hug, but then put her down, and they have like a secret handshake between the two of them. And like he would hug Jacob too, and kind of like scruff his hair a little bit.
So cute.
Big brother, oh my gosh, you're welcome home. Look what I found.
And they pull out stuff in their pocket.
Is that a turtle?
He died, but I found it the other day,
and they're like yelling at you at things like 1,000 things at once. Jacob's like, it was my turtle, and the Nightingale stole it, and now and died, and it's mine though.
Okay, buddy. You put it you put it back in your pocket.
Okay. As he runs off. Now those two are the only siblings that are younger than you, correct?
Correct. And there's like you'll notice that there's a big age difference between me and the two little ones. There was like a decent gap between me and Magdalene.
You were all they could handle for a while.
I was the baby for a while.
That tracks.
And then they had more, but I still kind of picture myself as the baby sometimes.
How does it make you feel? To no longer
So
be
love, instead of
able-
like older sibling them, you went down to their level. You're like, oh, cool. Cool, dead turtle.
The turtle, whoa!
Let me put it in my pocket.
Okay.
I'm
As
happy to see me, or is that a dead turtle in your pocket?
the two youngest Darlingtons kind of circle around you all, not truly acknowledging like everybody, but more so just like, Phineas is here. Phineas, look at this. Okay. And then they just like circle around each other and then they run back in through the double doors they came out of. And you can hear their yells kind of continuing and bouncing off the walls as you make your way into the manor, through the entrance that the two youngest Darlingtons went through. You come into, I wouldn't say an ornate, but like a very, very nice detailed tiled home. The sounds kind of echo off your steps. And it's really, really open. All the windows are open out. The curtains are pulled open. So much warmth and sunlight. And because of the marble and the noise, you can hear the house is bustling with activity, not just the children running around. As you make your way to part of the building that opens up to a larger, like 2-floor opening, you can see a set of stairs kind of works its way off to your left, and it works its way up and across. It's like an open balcony across, kind of like an I'm not thinking of the word, but like it's kind of like what's a courtyard, but it's inside. It's like an indoor courtyard, if that makes sense.
An indoor
A
courtyard.
room? Are you looking for the word room?
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
You know, I'm not good with vocab.
But
Indoor, whatever you said sounds great.
what would you see?
Veranda?
I guess so. Yeah. What I'm trying to stress is that there is like clearly,
Glaring.
yeah, maybe. There's like a set of stairs that lead up, and you can see against the railing a line of like servants, an atrium. Emlu says atrium, and I kind of like that one the most. I think that's what I was going for. So thank you, Emlu.
Yeah.
A line of several servants of the Darlington Manor follow behind a young woman, her long blonde hair kind of flowing down her back. And you can see she's speaking directly ahead, very strong, confident posture. And she's heading from one side of the house to the other. And she's spewing off rather quickly instructions to this line of people behind her. One's taking notes rather frantically. The other's carrying a stack of like several piles of cloth. The other carrying a box that's clanking with different metals and glasses and porcelain. And you can see her eyes kind of slightly look to the side, looking down at you all in the center at the bottom floor of this atrium. Oh, look, Phineas is home. Hello, brother. As she continues in the direction of wherever she's heading, Phineas's older sister, Emmeline, who is only a couple years older than him, strodes through. All right. And as you kind of cross underneath the balcony she's walked across, you break your way through into where two buildings kind of open up. The sky opens up around you, and in the center there is like an outdoor dining space where you can see several more servants are preparing the table for a large dinner of some kind. So there are like glassware being put out, flowers, beautiful arrangements, and mixed amongst the table look to be several young men, many of them blonde, and they're all talking rather passionately to one another as you make your way into like the outdoor dining space. By the way, the space I'm picturing kind of looks like, dude, the amount of pictures.
More pictures.
I'm spending more time tabbing through our Discord than anything. I'm picturing it look kind of like this, but imagine that like it's a little bit bigger, the space, and there's like it's surrounded by the building, like it's in the center of this manor. But kind of nestled in miscellaneous chairs are several of Phineas's brothers. Actually, the remaining of Phineas's brothers I'm picturing, which would be 3 of them, correct?
Yes, 3.
So next you would see though looking extremely similar, all blonde, all rather thick, bushy eyebrows. Some of them more muscular than others. They do have some distinct differences. The one that stands out first to you is equally as old to Phineas as Emmeline, because it is Emmeline's twin, Merrick. He is, I would say, the brute more so of what we just said.
Big himbo energy.
Yeah. So there's Merrick. He's talking rather passionately. What do you think Merrick would be talking about, Kelly, Phineas?
Girls.
Girls?
Yes, girls.
Merrick is talking rather passionately about several girls who he's been
Stooping.
Courting.
courting could be a word, associating with, we'll say.
Kind of surprised that like Emmeline isn't there sitting with them. You know what I mean? Equally gabbing, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, she's typically she's always typically by her twin brother Merrick's side. So to see her separate and not with the older half of the Darlington children is odd. Next to him, definitely more serious looking than Merrick, who sat rather proper, is second oldest, Hugh, who is a couple years older than Phineas at 26. Oh, I just chipped my nail. Owie. Who is kind of talking Merrick down, like reminding him, like, Merrick, there are things that are expected of us. You know, like, we have to be here on time. You can't just bring whatever you want to dinner. You need to get a permission from mother and father. These things are important. You have to remember, like, and he's like, kind of like, essentially like talking him down from like, I can bring whoever I want. Like, I am who, like, it doesn't matter. We have more than enough chairs is kind of how we're talking about it. And then kind of sitting back, just kind of listening, smoking a pipe, is the oldest Darlington child, Aldous, who is about 10 years older than Phineas. He's our age, guys. We're old.
No, you said child. It's like a grown man.
He is the children of you know. I did this in age order from youngest to oldest. You insert Phineas between the two babies and the twins.
Yeah, and Phineas is 20.
Yeah, and Finn's 20. As the three eldest brothers of the Darlington family, kind of break their gaze and look across this rather ornate outdoor table, they'll see Phineas and the members of du jour stood there, I should say. Brother, you've come home. It's Merrick. As he pours himself a glass of water and brings it over to you, he goes, "You look rather pale and flushed. You are right."
Giuseppe. I just say Giuseppe and he...
I'll have them cook something up for you. Come, sit down.
I picture Merrick like punches me in the arm when he comes up to me.
Yeah, and rather roughly brings you back to the table. Brothers, as you can see, Phineas has brought as many people as he would like. I don't really understand why I can't bring just a couple ladies to the dinner tonight.
Oh, we're having dinner. Oh, I'm being very rude. Guys, this is my traveling party. My bestest of friends that I've met out in the world. We go by du jour. But let me introduce you to everyone. And then I would like slowly, I'd be like, first we have the beautiful, wonderful, I can't even describe her any better, Bira.
Oh, hi.
The very blue, very serious one over there is called Mest.
Hi. It's Miss Andrea Rad. Thank you for having us.
And hasn't quite mastered the whole name yet.
that big furry one over there, very strong, very big, very good. Sound like fucking Trump. Is gold glinting brightly.
Oh, but that you can say.
This is my good, close buddy and pal. I'm very bad at describing my friends right now. The wonderful Kieran.
Nice to meet y'all.
This little one right here. She's, though small, quite powerful, and she will beat the shit out of you. She's done it to me a many times. It's Brick.
Hello. I go up to Merrick. I kiss him on both cheeks on the lips. You can take me to dinner tonight.
Be like, Brick, we actually say our names in our in our greetings here, but you know, it's okay to say your real name.
My name is Brick.
And last but certainly not least,
Call me Buttons.
good.
Did you introduce Colin with Glenn?
Yeah, gold
Yeah.
glinting
Glinting
brightly.
brightly.
It's a full name.
And
You
I
introduced me in a very Trumpish way as the very
Yeah,
good.
very
they
good,
did
very
with
big,
me.
very good.
I had a stream. I had a stream go red for. I think I was distracted in that moment. I apologize.
sorry.
The best fur.
Now that we're all, you know, acquainted,
Nobody has fur like he does.
the best. And
I
I
like
would sit down with the boys and be like, "Come on, fill me in. What's going on? What's happened over the past couple months?"
Well, and it's Hugh who speaks now. We've been busy. I started to handle the finances, actually. In particular, Father asked for some assistance as of late because, well, and he kind of looks at his brothers, and you'll see Merrick kind of like scoffs off and does like a frustrated pace around the table. And the eldest, Aldous, will lean in and kind of take his pipe off. Phineas, Emmeline's getting married.
Are Emmeline? No. No. Wait, seriously?
Yes.
Emmeline swore she'd never get married, loved being a lone wolf, doing her own thing.
Lone wolf, Merrick like spaces around the table.
Twin to Merrick is getting married to who?
Maybe mother and father should talk to you about that. It's good, though. It'll be good.
Is she happy?
Yes. You see, they look exasperated with that question.
Okay.
She seems more than happy to drive myself and Merrick and Hugh and frankly everybody crazy, but she's happy.
I never thought she would settle down. This is weird.
A lot has changed, Phineas. A lot has changed.
Everyone keeps saying that, but I've only been gone for like 3 months. Well, I want to meet him.
He'll be here tonight.
Okay.
Thus the dinner, and thus the invitations, and thus Merrick will only be bringing one person.
Wait, just to be clear, it's not Giuseppe, right?
No.
Oh, thank God.
It is, however, someone clearly sinister, right?
No.
Is his name Strahd?
Is his
Or
name
Chad.
Chad? Yes.
Hey, Chad says
No fucking way. If
You know
it's
what?
Chad-
I think this is a perfect place for us to end tonight's
Aw.
session.
I don't like Dad! Ah!
No daddy?
no reveal.
Let
I
us
can wait
figure
for
out.
Daddy.
There's a couple things we need to figure out. The first being who is this
Dad reveal.
mystery man, and yeah, more importantly, dad reveal.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait for the character for
Daddy.
Daddy.
Mm.
Mummy and Daddy. Du jour, we will pick up next week with the Darlington family, the Darlington children more specifically, swiftly ushering you all into some quarters. Phineas, to clean yourself up, to present yourself to Mummy and Daddy for your formal return back to Solene, where you will all prepare to dine with the Darlingtons of Solene, and more importantly, to figure out more about Emmeline
wedding.
Darlington's soon-to-be wedding. The Bachelorette of Solene, one would argue. The creme de la creme is getting married. This is an event of the century for the Darlingtons. Like, they're one of their few daughters of the only daughter of marrying age has found a husband. So, with that, we will wrap up tonight's session. Emily goes, "Oh no, I hope it's not Babe." Oh,
I mean,
no.
it's a vibe.
I'll let you guys ponder on who it could be.
Maybe that
We
devil's
met
trying to
them?
get us to not land
Well,
here
that's
so we can stop the devilish plot.
It's okay, there's still the mom glint.
That's true. There
Don't
is Finn's mom.
Don't fuck my mom either.
Wait,
Don't.
what?
Maybe your parents are swingers. We don't know.
And you might not know either.
No, I know. I know they're not. They're
No,
not.
I know.
No, oh no, I know. They definitely are.
No, we're not making that canon.
Colin claimed Emmeline in the chat. Is probably what you missed. Paige.
Damn it, Emlu. You're the third person to redeem this. Gift us up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for saving all of 25,000 points. Let me gift another sub. Paige has spent $15 on her own stream. So actually, like $18.
Oh
God.
no.
Damn
3 of
it.
us subscribed, so you almost break even.
I'm never gonna financially recover to my own stream.
I'm in
Wow,
debt for
we've got some new subs in the chat. Emlu, don't say sorry. Thank you so much for redeeming a gift of sub for my channel. It's a lot of channel points, so thank you to Safil the Deal. Safil the Deal. You were a sub before. I guess they got a gifted sub before, maybe?
Or they're a
Congratulations.
loyal follower and
Alright.
watcher.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Thank you. Also, thanks Matt and Colin for doing it earlier tonight as well. I'm happy we were able to gift one to Bodhi and Kai, who I think is currently streaming. And then the second one went to, I didn't mention it earlier, went to Parmashana. Hannah. Anyway, it looks like a pun on Parmesan, but it says Hannah at the end. Parmigiana.
I changed my name to Olive Oil. I think.
Olive oil.
Yeah.
What were some favorite moments for anybody tonight for tonight's session?
Obviously, meeting all the siblings.
The Song of Solene.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, yes.
That was pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, it was amazing. Meeting Giuseppe, especially when he said, "Should I tell you about pretty girls? There are more of them, and they've gotten curvier." So funny.
Hook hand.
And
I didn't make up
Merrick.
that NPC at all, by the way. Kelly 100% just gave me that character. Hook and all. Merrick.
10 out of 10. 11 out of 10.
So, Kayleen, I guess that answers my question. Not Mess, but Kayleen, of all of the Darlington family, who is Kayleen's favorite? Is it Merrick?
If this was like real life, it would be the one that looks like weirdly like Colin, because obviously.
Does look like Colin.
But like fake life, this would be strong, beefy man. Big boy, give me.
Good.
I obviously knew a lot of the stuff that was kind of happening tonight. I love the Prince of Vice and like the whole parade. That's very cool. Very fun stuff. I loved it.
I liked our two youngest members being the ones that got very hungover.
Yeah. I like there's so much that worked with that. 1, you're the youngest. 2, you're romantically interested. 3, you were the prince and princess of Vice. 4, you have to meet the parents. It's like there's so many aspects of it. There's so many funny aspects of it where it's like, of course you don't meet them.
Does someone have a lesser restoration or greater restoration they could throw my way?
Not for you, no.
I do have
I don't
lay
have
on
it at all.
hands, but you do have to get over this "we're not allowed to fuck your siblings" thing.
I will never back down.
The brothers are
Healing
single.
hostage.
She's getting married. Back off.
And clearly, the spouse is probably evil.
Yeah.
Also, Glint claimed
Yeah, dibs.
He did.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
magical
Right,
law.
on dibs.
Who
Before we
else
even
do
knew
you
about
trust
that.
to marry your siblings?
True.
Or just,
yes,
you know,
guys.
show a good evening, or 2 or 3.
Maybe we'll throw more weddings while we're
3
here.
whole evenings.
Let's just like back-to-back weddings. Just marry us all off.
But actually, the 2 oldest are already married, so I'm sorry.
Ugh.
I didn't clarify that. Aldous and Hugh are married.
All
Yes.
this snow is
Whatever.
Aldous,
Oh, the snow!
no drinks for me. Bullshit.
They get married young in Celine. Is Celine the south of?
We
the
said we
north?
flew north, didn't we? It's
Yeah,
not.
it's
It's literally not.
Yeah.
I just mean like the American South. Getting married young.
26 and 30.
Yeah.
26 and 30.
They've
Look at our
they've
stats.
been married, and one of them is 23 and getting married. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
fine.
besides like being in Celine, there's not a lot to do. So like it's getting
Her
married.
brain
sounds good.
chemistry hasn't even settled yet.
They ran out
Drink.
They ran out of Solflorella seeds, so they had to get married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how that
Well,
works.
Yeah. Well, who knows? We'll find out more.
Never be sure.
Any other highlights before we wrap up tonight's stream? Emily says it's the Maine, the south of the north.
Just to like shout out Wes's amazing recap again.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
that was so good.
Agreed.
Be good.
Yeah. Cool. Alrighty. Well, I want to give DM inspiration. I'm just trying to think who.
Who deserves the
Give it to
DM?
someone that hasn't done a recap yet.
I'm kind of honestly.
Give it to
It's,
who it deserves.
yeah. It was a lot of lore dumping tonight, so it's hard to be like work it within the confines of lore dumping. Honestly, probably for the penises, I think I'm gonna give it to Nolan. I can give it to whomever I want, and
I love
think
it. I
Colin
forgot about
is
the penises.
worthy.
That was a good. That was also good.
It's a good way to
Layered
kick
on.
off. It's a good way to kick off the March of Vices.
Hell yeah.
So we'll give Colin a responsibility of recapping us next. We're all here next week. Are we all here next week?
Yeet.
Okay.
Are you eating that that dice? Or are you giving it to the party?
Giving it to the party.
Sounds great.
Does that put us at 6, Kelly?
It was at 5.
I was gonna say, I'm
Well,
pretty sure we
well,
blew through a
Yeah,
bunch.
I knew we
of
did like
moved
3 or
a lot.
4 in one session, so I knew it was
Yeah.
around there. Cool. So we are at 5 for the group. We will we'll be back next Wednesday for another session of our Don't Split the Party campaign, where we will pick up from there. Yes, Sarah?
No, I'm just pointing at my dog who's cute.
Oh.
He's cute
Speaking of
boy.
which, for those who didn't see, I'm going to switch us back to the full character art. I want to thank, as we're in the background, I want to thank everyone who contributed to our community art goal. If you were not here at the start of the stream, this is a picture of everyone. Let me shrink it down a bit, actually.
Neat.
So, beep, beep,
You're
beep.
so tiny.
She's so
this-
small, pocket size.
This is du jour. Look at them. Precious little babies. So thank you for everyone who contributed a lot of community points, because I took it away from you guys making me gift subs to get this. So I hope it was worth it. And I'm happy with the money spent on it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And yeah, we'll be back next Wednesday. I don't know if I'm streaming this weekend. I'll try to keep you guys posted. Do we want to raid? Do we want to do that? Do we want to just...
I mean, I know what I'm doing after the stream.
Yeah.
Is there anyone streaming D&D stuff?
Let's see.
Or should we hop into what's it called?
Or are we going to Bodhi and Kai again?
I love raiding Bodhi and Kai with Sea of Thieves. Let's see though.
Prince of Vice.
Oh my god, yes.
That
Oh,
was
you know what? I know who I want to raid. It is a D&D stream. I know we have a lot of friends streaming right now. Dungeon Master's Diary was someone we raided months and months and months ago. Super amazing content creator. He's streaming D&D tonight, and I want to support his stream. So we're gonna go raid them. Sarah's gonna give us a raid message. Thank you, Sarah. And let me get that together. She's 6'5". Who messed? I know they made her a
That's
little
just
shorter.
6'5".
No, she is.
Emily was asking.
Oh,
if
She should be like almost as tall as Buttons.
She's standing way in front of Kieran.
Yeah, it's like a
It's definitely
optical
no,
illusion. Yeah.
It's just like to reaffirm
Yeah.
she's
William
6'5".
is 6'4", so he's a little shorter than Mist.
all right. So, Sarah, thank you for the raid message. If this is, I think it's all the same crew as normal, but if this is your first raid with us, feel free to copy and paste Sarah's message that reads, Dungeon Mom and her kiddos come with snacks and laughs. Thank you, Sarah. Love the raid message. We are going to go switch. Oh, and if you are a sub, you can copy and paste a second message with emotes, which is super kooky. What we're going to do is we're going to go raid Dungeon Master's Diary, who's playing his Arcanium campaign, I believe. So if you do not already follow them and you like what you're watching, give them a follow, support their stream. If you want, you can refresh their view. It really helps small streamers like us. And we'll be back next Wednesday. With that, what do we say to the internet? I remembered this time. What do we say to the internet?
Good night!
Good night, Internet.
Good night, internet.